Hi everyone, Bricknut here. This is Lego Room update number 3 and not a review on a Lego City set as I said I was going to do last week because I had no free surface anywhere to actually sit and do the review on, so I had to postpone that. But as you can see over my shoulder there is framework down this side of the Lego Room. And if I just go over this side, there is framework at the bottom here as well. Now, I did make 3 changes to the original plan. One, the beach area is going to go right here where all these vintage models are. Once I've got the shelves back up so I can put these up. And obviously I made those tables the same height as the others. And there's one more change as well that I decided I had to do. I'll just pan you around. The computer desk has stayed exactly where it is. And the reason for that is because by the time I'd taken this table far enough down this wall to meet up or be level with this side, and I turned the computer desk around and whatnot, it would still be rather enclosed at the computer desk and a bit cramped to even get in and out of the room still, so I wouldn't have actually achieved that part of my goal. So I figured I would sacrifice a short distance. It's really not enough to worry about. About a foot maybe, 1.5 feet, something like that. I'm really not worried about losing that, because still, even with this new layout, I've still got a lot more building space. So I'm happy either way. And I've got more movement. I don't feel as enclosed like I did with the old layout, which is the whole reason I decided to change it in the first place. Anywho, this side didn't quite go to plan. As you know, the way I have built these, I've put battens down the wall to support the wall side and then put the legs down this side, apart from obviously down the end there where I couldn't do that because there's no wall to screw to, it's just a window. Unfortunately, somehow I had got the batten here that supports this section going up at an angle, which then made me put the next batten too high. And I didn't notice until I put the piece of ply on there temporarily, and it was actually sloping down towards the middle of the room quite badly. But I've rectified that now. I think there's a very tiny slope towards the wall, but I'm not too worried about that. So, still lots to do in here though. I've still got the shelves to put up in this gap. I don't quite know how I'm going to do that though. I don't know if these short shelves are the same width as the 2 longer ones. I think they are actually. If they are, then I'll put a row end to end along here. Probably, actually it may have to go a bit further than that top shelf, unfortunately. If it does, it doesn't matter. And I'm hoping I can get at least another row of shelves under here, so I'm going to take those 2 down at some point and sort that. I'm going to have to do all that before I put the new tops down, which I can't get until later this week anyway, so at the end of the week, maybe next weekend, whenever I've got some free time. I should be in the city at some point this week, hopefully on a day that I've got some money. That would be good because I haven't got to make a special trip that way to go to B&Q's because I'm already there. That's what I'd like to happen, but plans don't always go to plan. So we'll see. I want some sheets of MDF. Now the MDF sheets are 8 foot long by 4 foot wide, and I think these desks are actually more than 2 foot wide. Have I got a tape measure nearby? Yeah, I have. I can't remember how wide I've made them, but I know these are wider than 2 foot. I appeared not to. Oh, yes I do. 2.6 foot. So 2 foot 6 inches wide. Well, a bit longer I should have, because I actually measured to the inside there. I shouldn't have done that. I measured that wrong, so about 2 foot 7 inches. So I'm going to get some wastage, but I'm sure I can use the, you know, the offcuts for something else, a shelf or something. So I'm going to, I don't even know how many sheets I'm going to need. I think at least 4 to cover this lot, because the shelving underneath, I've actually decided I'm going to reuse the plywood for that. I think, no, that should actually go underneath, I hope. No, it's not. It's going to have a little bit trimmed off. Never mind. My stepdad's got saws and things I can borrow for that. So, jobs for this week: sort those shelves out, which means I'm going to have to hoik all this lot out from under here. But I've got to arrange that into its proper positions anyway. At the end there, I'm going to put a low shelf. I'm in the way, aren't I? At the end of that. This is really strange. I don't know if any of my viewers have actually recorded videos, but my finger in real life is actually pointing at these speakers, but to get it to point down at the tables, it's the only way I can get it to, you know, to look like it's pointing at the tables on camera. It's really weird, because I want to go like that, but that's slightly in the wrong direction. There we go. Anyway, I don't know, it just makes things weird for me. So I'm going to put a shelf in there quite low to the floor, probably about that far off the floor, because in that gap there, because it's nice and wide, I want to stack all of these, including the ones that contain the Technic. Maybe I've just realised I was going to put the Technic somewhere else, so possibly not the Technic, because that's all stacked in there as well. But I think I've got a little spot up here down this side that I can put the Technic in, because I really don't have a lot of it, not tub wise and drawer wise, well, not as much as, you know, all the other bits of Lego. Oh, the other thing I want to do is move that shelf as well this week, because it matches these ones I've got up here. So what I'm going to do is try to tighten my handle up so you don't fall backwards. No, I'm unscrewing my handle, that's what I want. There we go. Helps if I actually turn the handle the correct way. But yeah, I've got another one of those shelves, another one of these shelves down in my shed. So I'm going to put both of those up here. Probably just under these existing white brackets. So I'll put these other shelves, you know, in line with those. I'll take all these floodlights off because I don't think I'm going to be using those, because I'm changing the lighting in here as well. Which actually reminds me, I was actually going to look at Argos for some lighting. So yeah, I can take all those floodlights down. That'd be great if I could attach those to the ceiling, actually, with some decent connection points and not... Well, that just looks so horrible the way I've installed those. I'm not sure which is going to be the easiest side to work on first. What do you reckon? Because I've got to, obviously to get the shelves up, I've got to clear that lot. But there's actually less to clear this side. I'm actually thinking, because there's not a lot on that piece of ply down the other end. In fact, I could just turn that ply around, so I've got access there to the shelves. And then when I need to get here, I can just... I've actually got some screws in here, because otherwise this whole lot twists. It may not, now that I've got all the other ends sorted, but I did put 4 screws, 1 in each corner. So I'll undo those screws, and when I want to get here I can just slide that along. That's not a problem. Getting all of these out here isn't a problem either. It's just a lot of work. Now I'm really getting fed up of moving all of these around, so I'll be glad. In theory, once I've got the shelves up, and I've sanded down where the old screw holes were for the shelves, because I figured I could paint those without having to you know, get underneath the tables and get as close as I can, because I can use a roller. And I can put a longer handle on the roller and then just roll it along the wall, because I only want to touch over where the filler is, but obviously I've got to get close to the wall to sand it down. So I'll do that as well while I'm in those gaps. I'll be better off doing that before I put the extra supports in as well, because I need some extra supports, especially in these larger gaps like this one, to go across here somewhere in the middle. I don't want the MDF to sag, because MDF itself is quite heavy. And some Lego buildings are actually quite heavy. My hospital is probably the heaviest building I've got, or at least the heaviest mock I've got. So don't ask me where any of my buildings are going. I haven't quite decided yet. Well, that's the other reason. I want to get the town looking a bit like a town again. Oh, and I forgot to mention as well, I'm going to buy some different road plates. I don't want to use the light grey ones anymore. I don't know why. I love the old classic grey road plates, but I just feel like buying the newer, darker grey ones for some reason, so I'll have a look on eBay. Either way, I ain't got enough road plates to go all the way around this, so I'm going to need some either way. I might just stick with the old grey ones, to be honest. A lot of them could do with a wash. Actually, a lot of this could do with a wash before I put it back into the scene. Right. Is there anything else? Actually, what do you guys think? Should I go for the dark grey road plates, the newer ones? Or should I stick with the classic light grey ones? Because I'm leaning both ways. Anyway, that is it. So, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I promise you the next one will be a review. Because I should have some free space by then. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.